How's it going, guys? TJ TechParadise here. Today I'll be reviewing the Samsung Gear S2 CDMA model from Verizon Wireless. So let's jump right into the specifications before I get to my thoughts on this particular device. So some of the specifications that you really need to know is that, like I said, it is the CDMA model from Verizon Wireless. The display is a 1.2-inch circular Super AMOLED display with a 302 ppi pixel density. So that does make for a very vibrant, bright, clear display. I particularly like it a lot. And I would say it's one of the best features of the lot. On top of that, it does feature Tizen 2.3 as opposed to Android Wear. Now this causes some disappointment in the sense that unlike Android Wear, which obviously natively supports something like Android Pay, Tizen OS is limited to Samsung Pay. So if you care about wireless payments like I do, you won't be able to use Android Pay. But luckily, I can still use Android Pay with my phone, with my Galaxy S7, so that's not a big deal, but it would be nice to be able to use Android Pay on my watch as well. So that's just one note. But on top of that, of course, it does support phone calls and texting. And because this is the CDMA model, this particular model does have a speakerphone built in, unlike the non-CDMA model, which does not. So if you care about being able to make actual phone calls from your wrist, you will want to go with this CDMA model. But on top of that, it also is, of course, wireless, meaning you can wirelessly charge it using the included charging cradle, which is something that I think most smartwatches have. Nothing too spectacular about that, but it's nice to mention that it does have wireless charging. Which I actually really do like the charging cradle that comes with it. And so, again, something like the Moto 360 has that as well. The benefits of something like this as opposed to the Moto 360 would obviously be this is an entirely round display. But one of the most innovative things about this Gear S2 is actually right here, which is the rotating bezel. You see how I'm just lightly turning and navigating everything just with this little spin of the bezel, which I think is so cool and something that Samsung deserves a ton of credit for doing, because no other watch that I know of has a rotating bezel. So that might be, again, one of the things that Samsung deserves a lot of credit for. Now, before I get back into that, I forgot to show you. Let me show you the rest of the device itself. You can see it looks like on the bottom here, you have of course, your branding, you have your sensors back there, your heart rate monitor, and all that good stuff. On the sides here, you do have your back button and your power button, and nothing on this side except the speaker. So, I mean, it really is, in terms of all functionality and concept, it's a great device. I really have to say, despite some of the flaws I'm going to talk about in a moment, I really enjoy using this Gear S2, and I'm going to continue using it every day as I have been since I got it. Now, what about the flaws? Let's jump into that now. Some of the key flaws that I see here, there's almost no app compatibility with this device. Because it's choosing not to use Android Wear, the limited availability of apps is quite disappointing. There's a couple apps that I care about that it has, such as the CNN app, the Bloomberg app, a couple other cool things that I'm glad it has, but a lot of other things are missing. And that general lack of app compatibility is, like I said, quite disappointing. With that being said, the other flaw is that it is not too good at dictation. And I'm not talking about the accuracy. The accuracy of the S-Voice functionality is fine. but rather the speed is incredibly slow. When you talk into the box to tell it to send a text message or something, it is incredibly slow. And I'll show you what I mean by that right now. And of course, I wasn't really intending to talk into it, so maybe this might not be a great example. But my point is that it is.
Sorry, your request couldn't be processed. Please try.
The voice they use for the dictation is kind of funky too. But anyhow, that's another big criticism, is that it takes a long time for this box to process the dictation. So in the time that it could take you to actually go ahead and actually use the speech features, you might as well just pull out your phone and do it that way. So that's the one thing. Battery life is excellent. I find that I can get all day with this with average use and still have around 50%, and perhaps a little bit less, but around 50% less. That's how great this is for battery life. I have had no issues with battery life. So that really wraps this up. Now you're gonna probably end up paying between $2.99 and $3.50 for this box most places you go. So is it worth the money? Well, in my opinion, it depends. If you have a Galaxy S7, yes, absolutely. The two go together great since they're both made by Samsung and they just work with each other's features really nicely. If you don't have a Galaxy S7 or a Samsung phone at all for that matter, I wouldn't bother trying this out, especially since there's rumors that this is going to be compatible with the iPhone soon using a Gear app that's coming to it. I would not recommend this for iPhone users especially. If you have an iPhone, just stick to the Apple Watch for sure. But if you're like me and you have the S7, you could definitely try this out. Again, I was lucky that I got this actually with a Verizon promotion for free. If I hadn't gotten this for free, my feelings might be slightly different on it. It's still a great watch, either way you slice it. It's a great device overall. In terms of what it does well, notifications are pretty good on it. But again, the biggest thing for me is just overall functionality has been great. Phone calls are great on it. The speaker volume is quite loud, so when you do make phone calls, quick phone calls, of course, it's great for that purpose. So really, I have no complaints there. My only two biggest complaints are the lack of app compatibility and, of course, the slow speech dictation. It takes so long to translate the speech into text that it's just almost useless in my eyes. With that being said, I think this pretty much covers the review of the Gear S2. I've mentioned all the main things, and if I forget anything, I can always do another video in the future, but I think this covers it. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a great day. And hey, if you like my content, please go ahead and subscribe to TechParadise if you haven't already. See you guys soon.